Will it ever go past the minute and 48 mark? Or will we always be stuck at the minute and 48 mark? You know, you never know. It's certainly the greatest mystery of our time when it comes to our streams here. Alright, so today we are doing something a little bit differently. Did I hit this? I hit this. Something is different about my setup here. Something has changed. What else is new? But, so, today has been really chaotic, so please bear with me. But anyway, welcome to another fantastic, what is this? Is this episode, what, 7? Right? Yeah, week 7. Welcome to another, wait, right? Yes? I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, we're almost 2 months in. Another good old episode here. Today we are working on atmospheric flame effect. Ooh, so as with the demon, the bird demon that we worked on, where I did the whoop, come on now, camera. It's been doing that recently. My lens is being weird. What's up? What's up, Mike, dude? How are you doing, man? Everybody, make sure you go give Epic Duck a even though I don't know if anybody's in here yet. But for people rewatching this, if you haven't checked out Mike, his work is amazing. So definitely go give him a holler for $1. But so like we did with the bird demon from the last release, where I did a little bit of pre-show prep, so to speak. Same thing that we've done here today. So we're going to be doing a lava effect, lava or fire effect in general. I figure this makes sense for the prehistoric release, right? So we're going to be doing 2 different things here this week. So firstly, we're going to be working on a sort of off-object lighting source, right? And so we'll be building up a fire effect from the bottom right of the miniature, and then painting dark colors, right? So if we want this effect to work really well, the brightest colors on the miniature have to be the lights, typically 99.9% of the time. Then dark colors on everything else for base coats, and then introducing a blue color or some kind of cooler tone from the top left or just top down in general to then give a deeper sense of desaturation, maybe nighttime, something like that, to make it look like it's dark. So that is what we're doing today. If you at home do not have an airbrush in order to hit something from the bottom like that, really it's not too crazy to do on your own with dry brushing. You can not have her attached to anything and dry brush from this direction right up the body. And you should get the same result. It won't be as smooth, but in the end, we're going to be working on top of it anyway, so it's not a huge deal. So a few ways to skin the cat to get it started there. We have made it into a new month. So this month is BAM's first year anniversary. So if you go check it out, patreon.com/brokenanvil, you will see the preview and everything for this month, which is like Miss Adventure Heroes or something. I forget the name. I'm sorry. But it's all right. Your raiders can be quiet. It's all good. But so they're all like adventurer characters that have like something a little bit off, right? So like one's arm is in a cast, or a sling, like a big barbarian with a sling arm. A wizard casting a spell that's gone wrong. I don't even know how to describe it. So it's someone with a broken leg in a wheelchair, and they've attached like gigantic crossbows to the wheelchair, and then like another dragon hunter with a broken arm and a huge crossbow. So really cool, really fun sculpt, and then like a handsome Squidward beholder and some other stuff like that too. So definitely check it out. And then they're also rewarding anybody that joins the Patreon this month with their first release, the Barconesians, I believe. It's a bunch of dogs. So definitely go check that out. Again, patreon.com/brokenanvil. With me, we don't have anything going on Patreon this weekend. Myself, patreon.com/JoshDavisMiniatures. Sorry. We are going to continue work on this bad boy on Sunday. Last weekend, we started working on the axe heads there. Everything is slowly taking shape. But so we started texturizing everything like that. We're trying to keep everything relatively chill in terms of lighting. Obviously, we want to go back and do more detail later. But so we did a little bit of work on that as we continue on. We're on like hour 6, I believe, on working this guy. So not too crazy. Most of these projects that we do that are long term take like 12 hours. So I would say we're about halfway done. So that's been pretty fun. This week has been crazy for me, so I haven't really done much. I started working, you may have seen, on this golem here. So I had planned on this being a competition piece, and that may or may not happen now, based on some other information I got literally 5 minutes ago that was a little bit depressing. But, so, you know, either way, I'm going to continue to finish out these projects. And then the only other thing that I did, which I really got to back out for this boy, is we did a bunch of color. I did this off camera, too, so actually no one has seen this. But I've been using Chimera paints to go back through on this guy. Dun, 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 dun. And I've been recoloring and intensifying everything that we've done so far on the skin. So, continuing to build up this dude as well, having a good time doing it. I mean, the amount of colors that I've already thrown into him is pretty crazy, so now I just have to like continue to render it out and figure out what else we're going to do. So that's all I did this week for me. Hope it was fun for you. And yeah, otherwise, Sydney and I are going to play the game Night Watch this weekend, which is like a miniature agnostic game. So I have some stuff that we're throwing together for that, and that's really it. So we can go ahead and get started. So like I said, right, we're doing some kind of glowing lava-y effect here, and the easiest way for us to do a few things. So, you know, you look at this and you're like, all right, so should I be pulling colors down, or should I be pushing colors up from our deepest shadow area, right, to make them brighter? Or would you rather just flip the mini, right, and do it from that direction? There are actually a couple different ways you can do it. There is no right or wrong way. As usual, it all comes down to like the shape that you're going to be working on. So rather than like building it up, so you would think, all right, so if we're doing a flame, you would want to go from dark red, red, orange to yellow to white. Instead, we are going to go directly to yellow. Shocker, I know. But so essentially we're sketching in all of the edges and brightest colors first. Then we tame those down with some orange, so stepping backwards. Then, if we like the way that looks, boom, move to that almost white, bright yellow on edges and anywhere else it's getting a lot of color, and then render it back out with a darker red. So that's pretty much going to take half of the time on the paint job, probably, and then the other half is us going to be grabbing a cell phone, phoning it in, and doing the top of the body and everything like that. We can actually probably take a break halfway through of doing the lighting and then adding like the blues potentially. So the same way, let me rephrase the procedure here, right? So the same way that I'm going to focus on doing our sort of brighter color first to work our way back in, we can do the same thing with whatever blue we choose. I'm assuming it's going to be a dark blue gray. So we would do that on the top highlights of everything, and then glaze in the middle tone color, which would be whatever the color actually is. So the skin tone, whatever the skin tone is, up into that darker blue, the armor, her hair, her face, right? Like whatever we have room to do, we'll end up doing that. And then you always want to leave a little bit of a darker color, like right at the edge of wherever you have any kind of colored lighting coming through as well. So it's kind of like a little buffer between what's being applied to the miniature and then the rest of the environment, if that makes sense. So probably not super clear unless you've seen me do it before, but you just got to trust me. Once again, we'll get there eventually. So, all right, so I have this yellow here. This is marigold yellow. Very deceptive color. It actually kind of hard to describe. Depending on how much you apply, it either looks super yellow or it starts to dry, kind of like a really deep or really light orange. So we're going pretty thin as usual. So the first thing that we're going to be doing, I'm going to flip her. I'm a flipper upside down here. And we're going to start hitting all of our bottom edges. You can do it from any direction really, but this is just so I know, right, kind of the direct angle that we're looking at. Then we'll start worrying about any of the other sort of like objects, right, or volumes, kind of like these are all cylinders on the leg, right? That's a big cylinder on the hammer. So a little bit different, no hard edge, right, facing the lighting. So you have to think about it a little bit differently. So I'm beginning the cloak here. Now and then, if this is too confusing to like look at, I can also do it this way, I suppose. But you let me know which one would be more, I guess, understandable on the camera. I can do it either direction, so not a big deal for me. If it's easier for you to kind of understand what we're saying this way, then I can do it this way. And again, as well, this color isn't necessarily our brightest tone by any means, right? We obviously can go even brighter. Now, the further away from this, like, fire we get, it may not be as intense of a color. But I'm envisioning, you know, some kind of, like, lava, maybe. Or maybe she's just, like, completely gone crazy. Look at that little support that got primed on there. She's gone mad with power, hunting gigantic beasts. If you haven't seen this release, which was last month's release now, since today is the 1st, really, really cool. It's kind of like prehistoric Monster Hunter, Dinosaur Hunter inspired stuff. And cat people. We painted, here's the cat person we painted up. We'll show these, right? So this was last week's guy. We had a really fun time painting him. Love the way the staff turned out. I really like how we got his skin to look, or fur, sorry. No offense, little guy. Like the color that we got there and the creaminess on the skirterino, right? And then the first week, boom, boom, we worked on Bone Armor Boy here. So you can kind of see the difference, right? We're going for, they're wearing the same kind of armor, but we're going to be doing, obviously, crazy lighting. And then next week, we're actually working on a big dinosaur, kind of velociraptor-y kind of thing. And we'll probably do just like a cool skin pattern or something like that. So little bit of freehand patterning is what I'm expecting to get into. Alright, so hitting our angles here. Now then, our like viewing angle that's gonna make the most sense to us in general is gonna be from the straight on view here. No 3/5 or profile. We're definitely not trying to do that. Now on these scales, I'm just kind of hitting them on the side a little bit, kind of like the bottom right-hand side of each one. Now, of course, remember, I print all of these a little bit larger for our purposes here. So if you print her 100% and you're trying to copy my paint job, of course, don't freak out if the like detail's too much for you. Just hit that side edge and you'll be okay. Now this top scale hooks back towards the bottom right, so that's why I'm hitting that top angle. And remember, this is going to be a game of us going back in with the orange next, connecting everything. That's when it will all kind of start to click. I think it's easier than having to go through... It's kind of like doing anything, really, right? Like, if you can, instead of, you know, building your way up with 10 colors, if you can just use one, right, and then glaze your way on top to get to the end result faster, I think that's always the better option. Of course, everyone paints in their own way, so if you follow along and you have a better way, by all means. There's a little support here. I can't tell if I glued it on or if it's like literally stuck. Okay. It's now a part of the armor. It is supporting her armor. How about that? Let me clean my brush here. It's so funny. What was I dealing with? Oh yeah, so working with the older Rackham sculpts that I've been kind of messing around with too. You know, 3D prints really, you just deal with support marks and that's it. And then like old metal, right, you're clearing out flash, things like that. But what's funny is like I would spend, you know, I spent probably 20 minutes on a Rackham Mini, and that, you know, that's very soft white metal. It has like lead in the pewter and everything. And so, I'm really getting in there and cutting it up and everything. And then right when I think I'm done, I prime it, and then I see 10 more mold lines that I couldn't see until there was not just metal staring back at me, and I'm like, okay, well, love that. That's how it always seems to go. I'm just gonna hit this entire bottom elbow there. Why are you sticking on here? Go away. Alright. Okay, so for the cylinder, same way that we always highlight up anything that's kind of a round cylinder, we're going to go down the side. So I'm just going to take my brush and just literally do a line like this, so I know where I'm kind of tapering into. And I think we can get away with not doing anything else right now until we try and bring in the orange. So I'll go ahead and do the top, and then down this front edge. Okay. A little bit on the fist. A little bit counterintuitive here, but since it's rolling back, if it's going to be catching light, it'll be from the knuckle down, so that's what I'm doing there. And I'm kind of just jumping all over every section, though. We should just focus on finishing one part, right? So same thing that we did on the gauntlet there, I'm going to do on the leg. So blocking in where that brightest reflection is going to be. Now then, the last time we painted the bone armor guy, right? They're wearing the same kind of armor, so not necessarily a metal here. If it was a metal, it might change things slightly in terms of where I'm going to be putting highlights and stuff, but it's not. We know it's not, so we're gonna take the simpler route and not really freak out about it too much. Okay. Overbrushing here on the fur. Side of the shoe. Whoop-de-doo, that'll be a lot brighter. Do the front of the pant here. This is actually cloth. Has some ridges in the folds. Okay. Where should we move next? Let's do this foot. A little bit of the front on the shin. We already hit this side here. Alright, now the big weapon, which I think is funny that it's a little bit raised compared to the rest of the mini. Obviously the base, because I don't use the 3D printed bases. Whenever I do it, I just kind of throw on the mini. The base had like a rock or whatever that it was sitting on, so made a little bit more sense. All right, so what I'm doing is we're going to approach this from the bottom side here. And again, we're going to go back with our orange. So we're just doing our top bright highlights currently. And we're going to work our way back into them. Got some cracks here. That's about it. Bottom of the bone. This material, I'm only going to worry, because it's like a leather, I'm going to worry about the bottom half of it here. And we're just going down kind of the right-hand side in the center as we start to build that in. Alright, so let's move our way up to the Orbs of Destruction here in the chest. Now, the light is kind of blocked a little bit from the hand, but illustratively speaking, we're just going to make sure it's there. Some of these bottommost edges here on the armor. Otherwise, all of these spots here, we're getting into mostly orange territory, so that's why I'm kind of not doing so much. All right, this side, which we already hit, so I'll just make sure we're getting some. A little bit of yellow here and there. All right, and then we're left with the big boy slammer here again. All right, so I think everything else is orange land, so we can start moving into orange. So I'm going to be using clear orange here, but you can use any kind of orange you want. This is just a single pigment paint, so it makes it easier to use. Thinning it out a little. Whenever this dries, it always dries less saturated, so building into it is easier. So what I'm going to do is we can start right here. We'll do the leg. That'll be a good little practice run. So I'm pulling from about halfway into the red into where the yellow begins. And this is a glaze consistency, so it's like 1-to-1 of the paint to water. And I'm pretty much following this formula all the way around everything that we just did. So if there's yellow, I'm going to be pushing in, still showing some of the red, and then dragging it in towards the yellow, no matter where it is. You can see I'm pushing it up to the ridge on the shin there, and you can see already building it in, right? And I feel like it's a lot easier than trying to build this in traditionally. It's a lot faster. Side. Now then the armor pushes back out, or sort of curves back out a little bit, so that's why I'm pushing it up into the crack there as well, because it would pick up the color. Down here, pulling down towards the edge, and down towards the edge again. We're just following this through.
That's kind of crap. I want to do that again.
Put some more on this side. Pretty much I'm doing like 2 coats everywhere we're going. So we can make sure all of our colors are nice and bright. And you'll start to see this effect builds up. Like once you start bringing in that third color, it all starts to click. Obviously this is applicable in a much less intense sense for any sort of fire effect that you're looking for. Once we do this as well, we'll probably go back in to hit any top edges that got sort of an overspray with my basing effect, right? Or sorry, base flames with the airbrush, but not a huge concern currently. Bottom side, the horn here. Since it's further away from the source, that's why I didn't go yellow with it, because it wouldn't be as bright. That's why we didn't do a lot of it on sort of the top objects here, right? It's too far away from our source, but it's definitely going to be getting plenty of orange. Okay, taking the orange and layering it in up underneath the pauldron. Not hugely visible from the front, but enough to care. Orbs of destruction here. A little bit in the midsection. Into the cloth here. I'm just paying attention to the ebb and flow of the scales and the cloth itself, because it does kind of bend forward and back towards us, so it's going to be getting picked up at different parts. As you can see, left hand side, right hand in the middle, different things like that. Really starting to tie it all together, though, pretty well. Hope you're all having a good day, though. Thanks for hanging out, of course. Excited for the Rivenstone Kickstarter to launch towards the end of the month. I know they haven't announced it officially, but I will be painting up some stuff with a couple of friends of mine. While the campaign is live, so you guys will have an opportunity to see some goodies. No idea what we're going to be painting. If it's just the same orc that everyone else got at Adepticon, that's cool. I'm hoping it's something a little bit, you know, spicier. Something a little bit spicier, we'll see. Either way, it's going to be exciting. So I hope you guys are pumped for that. It'll be all on the same day as well. So it'll be me and then everybody else involved, all streaming on the same day throughout the entire day. So you should be able to catch content no matter what you're doing live. And if not, obviously I'm sure everybody will have this stuff available afterwards. Alright, so where are we missing? So I need more here. Hopefully now at this stage things make a little bit more sense. I know it's really confusing when you see me just slopping on like weird yellow edges and everything, but once you get to the in-between part like we're doing now it's like, okay, so things click a little bit easier. Okay, so up in the face, we haven't done anything, so I'm gonna go up here. So the light that we're seeing here isn't necessarily directly from the bottom. This is kind of like ambient light that's hitting off of the environment. So what I mean by that is, right, we're not hitting the bottom edge for the highlights on everything. So the shoulder is blocking this like bottom edge on the face, so that's why I'm doing the top edge. Tapering down into it, same here. And then a little bit of detail on the nose and everything itself. Okay. Let's continue on back here. Overbrushing on the side. Okay. So now, let's see, arm's length here, so that's pretty good. So now what I want to do is I'm going to take black, after cracking like every knuckle possible in my hands. Get our black here, and then let's go for, I'm going to grab this, whatever this is, what is it? Ultramarine highlight. Not really a baby blue. A little bit darker. We're gonna mix up a glaze here of black. I would say, is it a 1-to-1 mix? Let's see. Oh, okay, so 2-part ultramarine blue, 1 part our noir black. So now we're going with an alternate color temperature, so this color is gonna really pop. So check this out here. Now as it dries, it'll desaturate, so don't worry too much. But this color should be pretty noticeable. Yep, there you go. And I'm looking for the top left-hand side of edges and objects. That is where this color is going to be showing. I'll also hit a little bit down here. Since maybe this is metal, maybe we'll pretend that it's metal, and it would have a little bit more action going on with it in terms of reflection. And I'm just going for top edge highlights. We'll go back in with a slightly darker version here to kind of clean it up, same way we did with the orange. We'll probably go brighter as well, but this is just kind of our starting point. Up at the very bottom, we'll leave that kind of dark red in the center as if it's reflecting. Okay. Down the side. And then just overbrushing my way on the top of everything. Going on top of the armor plate. Now, the more into our sort of flame effect we get, the more this color is going to start acting as a lining color, or a color that is helping to separate out different objects. So you can see in here, I'm just kind of placing it in between and around areas that need a little bit more definition. This side of the leg is going to get it. Top left-hand side of the booterino. Okay. Pretty much this entire back plate. I wanted to do the natural colors underneath as well, but I think we're just going to go with this moonlight effect to make it stand out even more. Not necessarily losing anything, we're just going to have a stronger fire effect. I know some of you are going to be very happy though. I had quite a few requests from different Patreon projects that I've done that have had like crazy lighting, right? And they're like, can we do something like this for the BAM goodies? And instead of saying, you can just join my Patreon, no, it's okay. We'll do something fun like this too. We'll have fun. Okay. Now then, where are we still rocking? We're here. Top left-hand side here on our angry fist arm. We'll do sort of these top details on the face on the left. Okay. Overbrushing our way down the hair. Now then, a little bit tricky here, kind of, but not really. A little bit, but not really. Top of this armor plate, very little. It's kind of the first spot that's getting tapered right here. Just because it needs to be. Okay. Alright, let's take some time and reflect here. So from the bottom should be direct brightness. So there are some pockets here, right, that could use more orange. Anywhere you're seeing red from below like that should be orange, but they're also tucked in areas you literally can't see. So not a huge deal. This side we've got our darkness, our cool tone. Yeah, we're doing pretty good. Okay, so we can go a little bit brighter, but well. Yeah, so we'll go a little bit brighter because we'll taper it down with this same blue color, and then we'll also taper into this blue color to smooth out, like, you know, our harsher transitions. All right, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take more of that blue, and then just a little bit of black this time around. I'm gonna leave that same color we just used just on the palette, so that way we're not losing it. There we go. Whoops, whoops, come on, man. Alright, where do I want to push this? Let's... Alright, let's start in the chest. So hopefully this makes sense. Now we're just going from our top normal style highlighting with our brighter color. We're not super worried about it being ultra smooth or anything like that because we are going to go back in with the original dark blue. So clean it up. And again, I'm just looking for our top highlight areas that are going to get hit. So it's not everything, but it's a lot. Moving into the face here. All right, let's focus on the shoulder. All right, let's back this out to make sure our composition makes sense. Oh yeah, we're getting there. Knuckles on the hand. Top of the knuckles to you. Doing the top edge of the pieces of armor down here. Who looks at the back of the miniature anyway, right? I mean, come on. Who are we trying to impress here? No one's gonna look. We'll know it's there. It's okay. Top right corner is getting highlighted, and then the bottom edge. I'm almost tempted to go even brighter. We might do that because we're still gonna go brighter with the flame, so we can afford that. Okay, we did it. Oh, nope, we did not did it. Neglected this left pauldron. Or right, whatever. You know which one I'm referring to, the one without the blue. Alright. Okay. Oh, Khalid, okay. Let's see. Oh, we got 20 people in here. Somebody drop something in the chat. What's going on? Don't leave me on. I'm refusing to paint any further unless somebody says hello. Okay? That's it. That's the rule. I got cute for you guys today. All right? I'm literally wearing a matching shirt and pant combo. Okay? I mean, what do I have to do? I'm paint. Do I have to break it? I have to make mistakes? What do you want? A little hello? Just one little hello in the chat? Is that all we need? Come on. But I hope you guys are having good time today. No one say, oh, there we go. Painting John Wick. You want to see something? Hold on. I painted John Wick before. It was a commission. It was a commission from my father. Okay? He was like, I want this. And I was like, I love you, but do you want to give me some money to paint it? All right, hold on. Let me find you my John Wick here. So the one that I did was off of CG Trader, and it was really cool. Where you at, doggo? I didn't put it on my Instagram. Well, figures. Hold on. We're gonna go into the wild world of Facebook here. I know it's on there. If you don't follow me on Facebook as well, I'm on Josh Davis Miniatures, or on there as, I suppose. Alright, so let's see where Mr. John Wick exists here. I'm only going to spend the next 20 seconds. If I can't find it, she's over. Oh my gosh, of course, I have 18,000 things on here. Alright, we're getting in the right category. Oh my god. I just clicked out of it. Okay, hold on. Hold on, we're getting there. I gotta scroll through a million things. Okay, hold on. I promise you it's worth it. I'm really proud of the John Wick I painted. He still has it in his little office, okay? I didn't print it super big. He's probably like 4 or 5 inches tall. Okay, so now I'm back to where I was before I, of course, misclicked. All right, we had to reset the clock, okay? Also, I'm pretty happy with where we're at here in an hour of painting, so I'm not gonna be stressed for time here. All right, so where are you at, Bubba? The thing that I think I am most happy with this paint job is his suit. His suit turned out really, really well, better than I was expecting. Here he is. Boom. All right, let's talk about this. This is before my old business name. But look at John Wick here, man. Look at the shoes. Look at this. What is on my phone? Which way do I go? This way? There we go. The suit had a lot of texture. It's not. I mean, this is on my phone. You can see the photos on my Facebook. So the shoes literally are black with white lines painted, and I think I did a pretty good job making them look like shiny leather. I think. That was a nice little trick I was able to pull off. Look at that. It's just like a very cleverly placed highlight. I think I have like a super close-up. Hold on. There we go. Look, I did like a weird poster. Look at his face. But yeah, I had a good job painting him. I had a good time painting him. It was fun. Bunch of old paint jobs. But yeah, I think that file is on CG Trader, if I'm not mistaken. Look, I have a spoiler, okay? I have a confession. I've only seen the first one, okay? I heard Snape kills Dumbledore at some point. Mount Doom could have been flown to, right? I don't know all the details, but I have seen the first one. All right, so I am going to go back with just that ultramarine color. And we're doing very, very small amounts of highlighting here. It's going to look really saturated as I do it, but it's going to chill out. And I liked the John Wick movies, so it's not, I don't know why I never saw it. When that one was coming out, I was working in Texas, I was working with Reaper, it was like, I was living in Texas at the time. So I was pretty much just playing video games, saving money, and painting. All day, every day, that was my focus, so I wasn't really going anywhere. Watching many movies. And then, shortly after that, I met Sydney around that time, if not before. And then that was it. Then it was playing games with Sydney. My partner in gaming and crime. Alright, so I'm gonna go really thin here because that transition was a little out of pocket. Let me glaze that one in. There we go. Oh, I forgot to chill out this transition. I'm just gonna use this color. There we go. Well, yeah, I hope your John Wick turns out really cool. If you're on the Broken Anvil Discord, you can drop it in the stream chat for this show, if you want to show me. If not, no big deal. No biggie. What is in my back? Is there something? My dog is being very weird. So just going brighter. What's up, Zambies? How are you doing? Are you doing well? What have you been painting on? Are you still working on the Nova piece? Are you going to Nova, or are you just donating? Not that there's a problem with either. that may have sounded strange. I didn't mean anything by that. Are you just joking? No, that's... I think the donating part is the important part, right? I'm supposed to be doing something for them as well. They wanted me to teach us, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to, based on the travel compensation, because I'd have to buy a ticket, I think, and then they pay it back later, and I cannot afford a plane ticket right now, so. But I think I'm gonna have to do. They do a later summer raffle, and I think that's what I'm gonna have to do because I wanted to finish up this big gas that I've been working on, but I can't like cheat finish it, if that makes sense. I just threw it, guys. Nothing broke. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But you know, I wanted him to look really nice, and I can't like speed my way through it if it's supposed to get mailed off in like 3 weeks, right? So I mean, I could finish it, but I need more time. So I think I'm gonna have to do the second raffle or whatever. But they also asked me to do it like 2 weeks ago, so I was like, I gotta look at, you know, gotta figure it out. I don't think I have time. I'm sorry, but I want to. I want to donate something, but I don't. You know, if I'm gonna donate something to raise money, I want it to be able to raise money, right? Like, I'm not gonna be like, here's this thing I rushed. The last ReaperCon I went to, they had that painted pink. Was that the last one I went to? Maybe. I think. Yeah. They did the painted pink thing for Michelle Farnsworth for the cancer fundraiser, and like I had a piece I was going to do, and it was a big cab model. But I didn't want to rush it, you know. It was one of those things I was trying to finish at the con, and I was like, nah, that doesn't feel right. Like, I don't want to enter it just to like try and win. If it's like for a good cause, it's just weird, you know. So that's kind of like the last charitable scenario I was in, involving painting at least. Yeah, I mean, so where I think it's on the table here somewhere, or I threw him across the room. So I had painted a Stormcast guy as a Bretonian, and he has a bunch of non-metallic metal. Did I put him back? Oh, I put him back. 1 second. Hold on. Let me show you. So I literally dropped him in broken. I was like, let me finish this. I literally have the worst luck with this stuff. So I was painting this dude, and I was like, what if I finish him, right? So he had these feathered wings on the top of his helmet, because this is a 3D printed head. And I was like, you know what? I could probably finish this guy up and just throw him out there and just be like, ooh, look, one nicely painted guy. And then I drop it. Both wings break off. So that is my luck. That's where I'm at. We're doing good, right? So as soon as that... I mean, I drop things constantly, though. It was probably subconscious. It was probably, like, my brain being like, hey, you know what? You don't want to do this. And to make sure you don't do it, we're going to break it. Thanks, brain. You really came through for me. Alright, so let's... Oh, wait, no, I am neglecting a little bit. This back edge. Alright, so, what, top of the foot to you. Boonk, and then these right here. Okay, so, I think you're the queen. Queen of breaking models. Well, when I get donations on my actual stream, we literally break painted minis. So like I also shoved paint all over that one. But we take painted stuff and then just like snap it. So, which seems counterintuitive, but it also is good donation bait. It, you know, someone's like, yeah, let's break something. I feel like it's the miniature painter's equivalent of the rage cage. Oh, it's raining outside. I'm not evil. I just paint so many things that I will like literally never have a use for. So they just get thrown back on the shelf. Like I've got, out of all like the Patreon stuff or Miniature Monday stuff that I paint, takes up like 2 full shelves in my display cases, which I have like an entire wall full, right? So for me, it's like, hey, let's put it to good use, huh? And break it. All right, so we did that. So now let's go a little bit brighter. We've got our yellow. So I'm gonna grab this super. Oh, that's clear yellow. We're not doing clear yellow. So where is Okay, no idea where that color went. I'm confused because did it fall? That's what I've been using on the crazy dude's skin. All right, well anyway, I'll just use white. I do paint fast. I paint fast when I need to. If it's stuff like this where, you know, we're finishing something in an hour and a half or whatever, yes. The problem whenever I'm working, and I was this way too when I was in art school, like, and I ended up working in acrylics and ink eventually because I didn't like oil. I didn't like anything that I had to, like, I was going to keep going back and working on, right? But my problem in general is if I'm working on something like long term, I will overwork or over focus on something to where I'm like, I hate it and I don't want to touch it again, right? So, but it's been nice. I've been doing more of that recently, of the slower work. So, of course, it's boring to watch, but the result looks good. So now I'm going back with this brighter yellow. It's that same marigold yellow with a little bit of white mixed in, and we're doing our sort of final edges here on the flamey effect, okay? Nice and bright Reno. You know, I didn't really think we were going to be doing this today. And then when I had the idea to do it, I was like, you know what? Could be getting into a classic, oh, why is this a 2.5 hour stream? I shouldn't have chosen to do this. And then now I'm like, this was the move. This definitely is what I was looking for. So, very fun. So we do the bottom here of the buckle. Hey, you know what's nice about what we're doing today? Of course, knock on wood. But I can't literally ignore something the entire paint job because everything's getting like the same effect. I'm not gonna look back and be like, oh, I literally forgot half the you know, very our classic stream oopsies. I say that and there's gonna be something like glaringly obvious that I've totally not even looked at. So on the orbs of destruction here, a little bit of a highlight on the bottom. Brighten that up a bit. We're gonna have to taper that in. It's too harsh. Orbs of destruction, not distraction. We can't have them looking real wonk. Okay, so glazing in, a taper on the edge. Smooth that out. I'm gonna go back in with orange. That got weird. It tea stained. We can't have that. No tea staining, please. Thank you. There we go. Alright, back at it with the brighter color. But glad to see you, Zambies. Are you still, if you're here, are you still feeling okay? You don't have any sickies coming on? I know now everybody's like super paranoid after Adepticon, but okay, let's grab this edge. Nice. Made it. Escaped. It's impressive too, because I heard you were licking every doorknob. And anytime you got in the elevator, you were just all over the buttons. So it's I mean, I'm impressed. Very, very brave, but also very impressive. Yeah. Yeah, dehydrate. Well, so what's funny is like I stopped drinking like 90% of the caffeine I was having every day. I mean, I was probably close to 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day between coffee and Diet Coke and like whatever, right? But it was always iced coffee nonstop. And like being dehydrated all the time from iced coffee is very deceptive, but very, very real. For me, I always feel like my sinuses are like always messed up when I'm like dehydrated like that. And I'm like, am I getting sick? No, I'm just literally made of coffee. Alright, so let's do bottom edge on this. Wow, you hear that plane? Yeah, right, Midwest crew. Here it was like 80 last week, and then now it was like 40 and 50 yesterday, 60 today. I mean, we are in the best time to live in Oklahoma. If you have allergies, it's like a nightmare. It's funny too, like years ago when I was at the doctor, I used to get sinus infections a lot, which thankfully it stopped. Because I started taking allergy medication every day, all year round. It's like just a literal constant thing. But I was at the doctor, and the doctor's like, yeah, you need to get a humidifier and take medicine all year round, no matter what, and you should, be better. And I was like, well, is there anything else I can do, right? Like, if my allergies are this big of an issue, is there anything I can do? And he was like, yeah, just move. Go live anywhere else. What's funny is my cousin had really bad allergies too, and we all grew up in Texas, so she was living down there, and she gets like shots, right? And she was at the doctor and getting tested for all kinds of stuff, whatever. And the doctor's like, and she had gotten like her first job out of college down there and started a family, all that good stuff. And the allergy doctor's like, yeah, you just need to literally not live here or Oklahoma. Like pretty much you gotta go east or west, right? For everything that she was allergic to. And so instead of doing that, she gets a job in Taipei, in Taiwan. So the family moves over there to Taiwan, and literally they have, the exact same amount of allergens. So she went all the way across the planet and ran into the exact same problem. So sometimes it's just unavoidable, as it seems. But yeah, I have a huge humidifier I run all the time at night, which helps obviously in the winter, but no matter what, all the time, it's going. I wish I was really rich and I could put a... It was so funny, that same doctor that told me that, he was such like a... I don't know, he was very much like dude bro, because, you know, I'm allergic to penicillin, and so I can only take certain medication, right, whenever I get sick, and so it's literally the same medicine. Like, it's Zithromax, it's the only thing they give you, and I've taken it my entire life, right? And so I'm sick, and he's like, well, you know, this might go away on its own. I'm like, dude, I've been sick for like 3 weeks, and they always give me the Z-Pack and prednisone. That is what I do when I'm sick, you know. And he's like, well, I'm not a fan of antibiotics, you know. I've only taken antibiotics once in my life. I'm like, all right, dude. Cool. That's cool. I literally went to the hospital for walking pneumonia as a kid and was in a coma, okay? And I have lung scarring, so you want to give me the antibiotics, please? But yeah, he was like, yeah, you know, you want a humidifier. And he goes, what I did is I have a humidifier system installed in my central AC, in the ducts. And I'm like, yeah, let me get right on that in my apartment. Let me call the apartment people. Hey, can you put that in my ducts, please? Yeah, I went to him one time. He was like an urgent care doctor, okay? But he was the only urgent care doctor I found that took insurance. Like, most of them don't take insurance. You just pay the fee. But I think we're done, guys. I think this turned out really well. Really fun today. I hope you enjoyed it. Definitely a difference from the other two from this release that we've done. Here, let's get a family photo. No, we gotta have a little guy in the middle. My hand isn't big enough. I got, what do I call them? Piano hands? Here we go. Pizza's done. Well, you have a good time, Zambies. I will holler at you. Here we are with our 3. Had a fun time with her. Definitely a different vibe. Now remember, next week we're going to be working on freehand dino scale patterns. All right, we're going to have a good time doing that. But, so once again, definitely check this stuff out. If you want this release now that it's last month's release, check it out on their My Mini Factory, or you can check it out at their website, brokenanvilminiatures.com as well, right? I believe is the website. And then definitely check out this upcoming month's release, patreon.com/brokenanvil. Follow all the socials that you see down below if you would like. If you would also like, please, if you'd like to support me a little bit, check out my website, the shop that I've got going on, or definitely Patreon. There's a ton of value there. This month we started a rewards program on the Patreon. Every month we're doing a contest where you can win some free stuff, and then if you don't win, and all the people in the Patreon vote on what miniature they like. This month's theme is nighttime, so you have to paint someone that looks like it's nighttime, which we kind of did here, funny enough. I have it on the brain, I'm sure. But if you win that, you get some cool stuff, but you don't have to win. And if you do it 6 months in a row, you get a free one-on-one private lesson. So as long as you participate, you can win something. And then there are 2 other ways to participate as well. For 3 months, if you do our class miniatures, or you paint and follow along with the classes, you get a free one-on-one lesson. And then if you paint miniatures over 6 months, a bunch of miniatures, including the class ones, you also get that as well. So an easy way to get free one-on-one time, normally it's like $100 or more, depending on how long you want those lessons to be. And yeah, so we're starting that new program. Definitely check it out. Patreon.com/JoshDavisMiniatures. We don't have a class this weekend. We are working on this guy, though, again. We work on this at the Atelier tier 1 hour a week. And he's turning out really, really fun. I like everything in the skin that we've got going on. We've spent a lot of time rendering him out and making him look crazy. So definitely check that out. And again, check out the new release coming out this month from Broken Anvil. And their Rivenstone game is also launching on Kickstarter this month. So remember, I'll be painting up some stuff with some of my friends. And they haven't officially announced it, but again, Zambies is going to be doing it with us too. So that'll be really fun, seeing her work on some stuff. But yeah, definitely check it out. I hope you guys had a good time. I think she looks really fun. and great and fiery, all that jazz. So I had a great time. I'll catch you guys later, and have a great weekend as well. Hope you find $20 in your pocket. Yada, yada, yada. So, adios, guys.